Now, the question is, if we can rally, let's say, even if we're down today, if we rally tomorrow on whatever Trump says, you might be able to break out above this trend line. If you do,
Bitcoin Zella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now, guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. Gareth Soloway explains Bitcoin's potential recovery to $95,000, exploring market trends, investor sentiment, and key catalysts driving this rally.
Bitcoin is down fractionally, had a nice day yesterday, but notice the down-sloping trend line. Now, the question is, if we can rally, let's say, even if we're down today, if we rally tomorrow on whatever Trump says, you might be able to break out above this trend line. If you do, you should head up to about the 92,000 level, but that will be big resistance. If by chance we just continue to sell off in the stock market, I still am a fan that we eventually come down into this range here between 70,000 and 74,000. Now, quickly just going to Ethereum. I don't usually cover Ethereum, but we can look at it here. So here you can see Ethereum has had a nasty collapse, right? I mean, if we look at the drop on Ethereum, and by the way, this is the same for a lot of altcoins, from that high in December. So December high, which is only, 3-4 months ago, this has dropped 57% before this recent bounce, but now we've all come all the way back in. So in general, this type of pattern, eventually it probably is going to go lower. My buy level here would be right down here. The next level would be around 1550 to 1575 on Ethereum.
Bitcoin is up 2% today, pushing closer to the $87,000 mark, and it's pulling the rest of the crypto market along with it. While traditional stocks are struggling under the weight of tariff uncertainty, crypto seems to be catching a wave of optimism. Part of that boost is tied to Circle, the stablecoin giant, announcing plans to go public, another step toward mainstream recognition for digital assets. There's also growing excitement around Fidelity's move to offer a zero-fee Bitcoin retirement plan, making it easier for everyday savers to include BTC in their 400 and ONEX. That kind of access could open the floodgates for new retail interest. Adding more fuel to the fire, Don Jr. and Eric Trump are stepping into the Bitcoin mining space with ambitions to become global leaders in the industry. Analysts say these positive developments still aren't fully priced in. Some even argue Bitcoin should be trading near $120,000 already. For now, though, the bulls are enjoying the ride.
And by the way, even if you're not into crypto, this is charting, right? It's more educational on charting, and that's why it's important. Solana here making a little bear flag. It probably comes back and tests here. For me, my buy level is already isolated down. I'll start nibbling just below 100 if it comes into that level on this chart here. And by the way, it's not to say it can't go lower, but one of the things I would do is you take the beginning of the move and you do your Fibonacci, right? And so look at this. So you have your level here at 100 or Pierce of 100, and then right down here at this low, look, your 786 Fibonacci. So that would be a great add level at around $78. And that's the beauty of what I do. Like I tell you guys in every game plan and the trading the closest that I do is I'm not an all-in person. Like I don't go all in on any position because I've learned my lesson. I've been smoked way too many times in my 26-year career, many more times early on, obviously, because I've learned my lesson. By the way, it took me like a lot of times to learn lessons. Some people learn lessons real quickly. I'm not one of those people. So I had to learn my lesson many times, but eventually I've learned them. And in general, I found that buying small positions and then dollar cost averaging, as long as the technicals are still pointing in the direction, that's the way to build that core position with a better average. And eventually you get that technical bounce and can take some money on the trade. All right, let's go back to gold here, folks. Let's take a look at the big gold chart here. Gold continuing to kind of chop. It did get above here. A little bit of a doji yesterday. Doji's in technical analysis, which basically means that you have a little tail at the bottom, a little wick at the top, and you kind of close in the middle portion. Those are generally bearish indicators. It tells you there's a lot of sellers here that were meeting the buyers, right? So you had sellers here and buyers here, and they were meeting, and price stayed kind of, it was basically a stalemate. I guess that's what you would call it, a stalemate. And so, listen, it's not as good as a topping tail. A topping tail, like what we've seen on natural gas, what we've seen on copper, those are more obvious bearish signals, right? So here was a topping tail, and look at the drop. I mean, this was just a no-brainer. You look at copper here, let me type that in correctly. If we go to copper, topping tail, and look at the drop on copper. By the way, I highlighted that to you guys just a couple days ago, about last week, and you can see the drop. So dojis are good. They're bearish when they occur at the highs of charts, but they're not as good probability-wise as topping tails. Okay, so again, essentially, if you see a topping tail, I would say there's about a 75% chance that on a topping tail, price goes down. On a doji, I would say it's about 60%. So it favors it, but it's not robust enough to say, oh, this is a no-brainer, right? I mean, no-brainers at 60% win rate. To me, at least, that's not a no-brainer. So anyways, just wanted to point that out. You do have a doji, which is a slight bearish indicator, but it's nothing substantial just yet. If we flip over to silver, let's take a look at silver. Small bounce today after a little bit of a pullback. And again, silver just remains in no man's land. And I keep harping on the weakness in silver relative to gold. For instance, gold keeps making new all-time highs. Silver, just a couple days ago, couldn't even pierce the high of October 2024. And again, you have to wonder what is going on there. Is it being artificially held down? Is it just the fact that it's now more of an industrial metal than ever before? And therefore, with the China slow, the U.S. slowing, it's just not getting its mojo. I mean, these are all possibilities, but the point...
Bitcoin surged toward $87,000 today after reports emerged that Elon Musk may be stepping away from his political role within Donald Trump's administration. The news, first reported by Politico, claimed that President Trump has informed his inner circle that Musk, who was heading the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, is becoming more of a political liability than an asset. Sources say frustrations have been growing behind the scenes due to Musk's unpredictability and controversial decisions that have stirred both the public and internal staff. While Musk is expected to keep an informal advisory role and make occasional appearances at the White House, insiders believe his influence is on the decline. Interestingly, markets reacted quickly and positively to the development. Bitcoin, which had been hovering below $85,000, jumped to over $87,000 within hours of the report going public. Musk's involvement in politics has stirred mixed reactions, and some of his decisions under the Doge banner have reportedly had a negative impact on his own companies. Although the full effects of his policies are still debated, public backlash has intensified. Historically, Musk has had a major influence on crypto markets, often causing price swings with just a tweet. But with Trump now emerging as the most openly pro-Bitcoin president yet, markets seem to be favoring more stability and focused leadership in the crypto space. While today's news helped lift Bitcoin, all eyes are now on Trump's upcoming Liberation Day tariff announcements, which could add a fresh layer of volatility. If you've been with us so far, a big thank you. Don't forget to subscribe for free to Bitcoin Zella for your daily news. The link is waiting below. That's all for today's crypto news. Stick around for more updates, insights, and analysis on cryptocurrencies. Share your thoughts in the comments, like this video, and subscribe for more exciting content.